5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's get started. Great. I should say congratulations to everybody for prioritizing yourself and your personal development and finding solutions to what you believe could be a change in your life. Thank you so much. If you have already been here, pat your back once, and I would say congratulations again. So I'll get started. Okay. Absolutely, Atif. And hence we got started. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, we have 42 participants now. Now can anybody type in the chat box, which place are you from? If you're from outside Hyderabad, then a city. And if you're within the city, which area are you from? Could you just type that in the chat box? Mumbai, Hyderabad, Pune, Uppal, Sun City, Mumbai. Wow. Pune, Mumbai, Santosh Nagar, Hyderabad, Secunderabad, Tolichoki, Chicago. Amazing. And thanks, Umar Bhai, for joining from Chicago. Tolichoki, Hyderabad, Manikonda, Banjara Hills, Udgir, Riyadh. Amazing. Udgir. Anybody else who wants to put their location? Excellent. Thank you so much for taking out your time, and then let's get started. Before we could start, I have this amazing question for all of us. How many of us know PSF, or how many of us know PSF as an organization? Type in chat box if you know yes. Excellent, quite a few. How many of us joining the event that PSF is organizing for the first time? Can you type yes in the chat box? Tanveer Khan, yeah. Abdul Rauf, Tanveer, first time. Junaid, yes, yes. Okay, so let's get started. I'll try introducing PSF uh, in a very short note of what PSF is all about and why this event we are organizing and what it is all have to do with us. PSF is a NGO that works towards professionals, and there are amazing personalities that come in here in terms of putting their personal efforts to help professionals enhance their personalities. And if you look at it correct, we have different verticals. Personal enabling program is more to do with helping professionals with their spirituality, social well-being, financial well-being, environment, and any vocational courses or anything that they would try incorporating in the individuals. The other amazing program that we have is continuous professional development program, which is a CPDP, which primarily caters around working professionals and their personal development and their growth. Skill Academy is another pillar that PSF has, which talks about people who are not yet employed. There's another amazing program called GTIT, Gateway to IT. They train underprivileged, privileged, anybody who comes in, and they also get these courses done for people who can't afford, on their own, and help them get employed. And there are around 50 to 55 people who've already got employed, being in this program. There's another one called job and career guidance, which is when we go to the colleges, we make them awareness. We do a lot of youth movement just to ensure they are aware of the job openings, where they are, and the portals that are there around in terms of ensuring job and career guidance events that we conduct. The other amazing social service is another pillar that I love. It talks about the recent campaign that we have been running around is fight against drug, where people or volunteers from here go to schools and colleges and talk to them about awareness from a smoking, from drugs, from every other aspects in terms of social service. And this organization has been awarded by Telangana government for its pivotal efforts during COVID, and I think they deserve an amazing clap for us. Uh, if you liked what PSF is doing, type PSF in the chat box. Thank you so much for all your support. What I would do is we are here because the program that we are on is part of this program called Continuous Professional Development Program, which is a CPDP pillar. And I pillar lead that. And then in that pillar, we have Mentor Mentee as a program. There's another program called Elevate Your Career. And in Mentor Mentee program, we talk about, you know, their industry experts come and mentor upcoming experts in the industry and then help them about with the career guidance and generally in the career transition if they want to move from a SaaS to another world, from a non-IT to an IT. This is the forum that people utilize to ensure there is, mentor mentee program on. And we are here because there's this Elevate Your Career program that works on mindset, building influence, creating a brand at work, and creating that magic at workplace, correct? And it works on a framework called MIBP framework. This is a 90 days program, and procrastination is one of the bonus sessions that was supposed to be conducted only for the participants of this program, but we thought we could leverage this and give it to the external world as well, and hence this program has been conducted to everybody all across. I should say thank you so much for the participants of Elevate Your Career program for agreeing that it has to, the learning has to go beyond this program, and hence we are. If you want to know a little more about this program, then type yes in the chat box, and then we will cover that at the end of the session. Yes. So now is the time. Thank you so much for your inputs. Now is the time that I will introduce our guest speaker. He is well renowned in terms of helping individuals in overcoming procrastination and achieving their goals. Dr. Saurabh Jaiswal. He's an MD in neuropsychiatry, and he is also known for being a mind architect and consultant psychiatric. And he's helped a numerous number of people overcome these challenges around. So let's put our hands together. Before I could welcome Saurabh on the screen and he takes over. Can we type BIO in the chat box, which is bring it on in the chat box? BIO, 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 yeah. Take it over, Saurabh, and the forum is yours. I stopped sharing. You can start sharing your screen. You're on mute. Let me unmute you. Sorry. Okay. Okay. You should have got a trigger request now, Saurabh, to unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Arif. Thank you for inviting me for this webinar. And I'm very excited to present one of my key areas, which is procrastination. And I'm a psychiatrist, so I am specialized in doing things which is related to the realm of mind. And it is going to be a brief presentation. It's going to be a interactive session, and I would like that every one of you should participate through chat box. Okay, is my screen visible?
It is visible, sir, doctor.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, it is visible. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So first, let's define what is procrastination. The topic of today is what is procrastination. Procrastination is something which we all deal with. It's nothing new, and I know for sure that everyone in their lifetime has more than once has experienced this feeling of procrastination. Let's postpone the things. So this word has come from postponement. And I would also like to point out it's different from being lazy, being tired, and all those words, because procrastination works in a different way. Being tired and being lazy works in a different way. So just a second, I would just bring the chat box. Okay. So I would like everyone on one of you to participate. And here is a picture. You all of you have seen this picture on your registration page.
We are not seeing now we are seeing yes.
Yeah. So this was the picture which was pushed, and I found it very apt to bring in my presentation without asking you, Mr. Arif. What I want to show with this picture, the tagline: stop, procrastinate, do it now. So as we can clearly see in this picture, there is a mountaineer who is standing on top of a mountain, and he is looking towards another mountain. So what we can think, what's going on in his mind. I would like every one of you to please write in just one sentence or few words what is going right now, what is going on in his mind. Vision, yes. Yes, how can we climb, path, explore now? Good. How to scale it? Great. Next goal. Very good. Very good. Now, I would like to ask one question here. How possible do you think that this mountaineer is going to procrastinate? How likely that he is going to procrastinate? Okay, let's do it tomorrow. Let's do it next month. Let's sit here. Let's wait, and I will climb on that mountain like maybe next year or after a few months. No, I just want to say what I think because it's just a picture. So I can see that he is a mountaineer. His only vision, his only thought, and his only motive is to climb the mountain. So if he's ready with his equipment, he should and he will proceed from right on, and he will not procrastinate. Why I am bringing this point, he will not procrastinate and he will start preparing his equipments or his roadmap or his things or his plan of climbing the mountain right on, because he has something, and that something is motivation. So now coming to the next slide, the question is, why do we procrastinate? If we procrastinate, as we all procrastinate, it's nothing new. So why do we procrastinate? The reason is very simple. There are few known facts, known psychological facts, which makes us to procrastinate. Okay. Just a second. Okay, yeah. So you can see the slide. Why do we procrastinate? Can you give some of your thoughts? Why do we procrastinate? One may be like we are feeling we do not have a roadmap, we do not have a plan, we do not have a path to follow. This can be one thing which comes to everyone's mind. The one thing which I have shown you in just the last picture, which can make that mountaineer to procrastinate, is fear. So out of all the causes which I will be discussing in next few slides of procrastination, the biggest one and the most powerful the reason is fear. Fear is a broad term, a broad psychological domain, and I would like to specifically point out to specific fears, which consists of fear of failure. Why we procrastinate? Due to fear of failure. Another fear is fear of success. Now, you must have heard there is fear of failure. No one wants to fail, and if someone feels that there is a even remotest possibility of failure, then there is a hesitation from our own side that we might not even start the project. So everyone knows about this fear of failure. Next is fear of success. Some of you might already be knowing what is fear of success, and in some individuals they might know, and in some individuals they might not know that they are suffering from fear of success. It seems very paradoxical that fear of failure is very logical to understand, that anyone wants to go up and he has a fear of getting failed. Now, why is this fear of success? Why some people have this fear of success? What's stopping them to achieve the success? Now, fear of success is something which is very tricky, which is very subtle, and sometimes even those who are suffering with this fear do not know it. They just have a kind of hesitation of attaining, being the center of attraction. Of they do not want everyone to praise them. They have a feeling ki if I will achieve and if I will be a successful person, everyone would know about me and I would be the center of attraction and everyone would be talking about me, and I have to maintain myself at that level. And the person has quite a low self-esteem and low self-image, and that low self-esteem and low self-image makes the fear very obvious, the fear of success. Another fear is fear of the unknown. It is also very common. Anything which we are not aware of, which is unknown to us, we generally fear those things. Anything about which we have complete idea, about which we know everything, we do not have any kind of fear from that thing. Like I would give an example of a zoo trainer. Like we all go to zoo, we all see tigers and lions and the wild animals, and we also know that there are some trainers who spend their whole life training and feeding those wild animals and petting them and just playing with them in a trained and protected way. They do not have that level of fear what everyone else is having. Reason is they know the behavior of the animals. They know when the animals are hungry, when they are dangerous. They know their sounds. When the wild animals are angry, they can recognize it, and that makes their fear to come to a lower level. Now there are other kind of fears which consists of fear of there are other kind of things which consist of perfectionism, social media obsession, exhaustion, lack of focus. Now coming to the perfectionism, what is perfectionism? Like for example, we have started a project and we have been given a deadline of say 30 days. So there is a tendency of doing things in a perfect way, in a very clear cut way, in a very perfect way. And that kind of perfection, bringing that kind of perfectionism in our work delays the progress of the whole task. And at the end of the 30 days, we will find that we have only completed only 20% or say 10% of the task. And we have to complete like 80% of the task within 1 or 2 days. And then comes this procrastination. Another is social media obsession. As we all know, we are all obsessed with something, and I am just giving an example of social media. So social media obsession is somewhere related to procrastination. When we procrastinate, like we have a deadline of 30 days, and we get up in the morning, and we already know that 28 days are remaining. So what we can do, we can relax. And what comes first in our minds? Open YouTube, open Twitter, open Instagram, and just scroll, scroll, scroll. So that scrolling is not goal directed. You are not searching for any post. You are not searching for any particular thing. You are just scrolling to pass the time. You are just scrolling to delay the things. You are just scrolling to procrastinate. Another is exhaustion, lack of focus. Lack of focus, as I already explained, when the things are not very clear and when the person is not very focused, in those circumstances also we do procrastinate. Finally, we may procrastinate simply because we are not motivated or interested in the task at hand. And when we are interested in a particular thing, like for example, in a love affair, in a love relationship, when the spouse, when the another person is waiting, and we have given the time, like I will be there by 8 o'clock, and I know that my spouse is waiting, then I have a tendency to not procrastinate the things, and I would be ready. I would be trying to reach on the venue before 10 minutes. I would not be procrastinating, oh, let's go after 10 minutes. I will be making it before 10 minutes because I'm interested, because I'm motivated. So this motivation, this interest can be developed. It's the motivation and the interest is all psychological phenomena. It's all learned behavior. It's all the behavior which we have learned through external sources, and it can be changed. Now I'm going to show you another picture. I hope you all have seen, you all have heard this story of a rabbit and a turtle. And we all know that there was a race long back, and the turtle and the rabbit to participated in the race, and the rabbit slept during in between the race and did not complete the race. And he thought, oh, the turtle is walking very slow, let me sleep for a few hours and I can complete the race after getting up. And in the meantime, the turtle kept on walking, 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 and the turtle completed the race. So this story just gives an idea of what overconfidence can do, what overconfidence can bring, the failure. It was not that the rabbit cannot complete the race before the turtle. He was just overconfident that he can surely win the race. And therefore he slept. Therefore he waited. Therefore he did not complete the race. So that procrastination from the rabbit is one of the reasons that made the turtle win the race. Now, what is the cost of procrastination? Now, everything has cost in this world. Everything has cost. Like right now, you are spending your next 1 hour to learn something new. Something like maybe few of the things you might already be knowing. Few of the things you might know new in this 1 hour. It was your choice to come to this session and participate and know something new. Might be your colleagues are going to somewhere, they are watching social media, they are going for any like tasks which are not so useful, like watching TV, watching any social media content, not trying to use the time. And that 1 hour which you are using and which they are not using, it might have a long trajectory and it might change few things in long run. So what is the cost of procrastination? So what do you think? Can you please type in the chat box, what is the cost of procrastination? What you are losing due to procrastination? Let's see some participation, finance, right? Don't want to take risk, priority, success, productivity, exactly, loss of focus, yeah, opportunities, exactly. So the first thing and the foremost thing is we are losing opportunities. We are losing the things which we are right possible by us, because procrastinating means it was allotted to us and we know we can do it, and we have also planned something, but we have procrastinated due to some reason. So loss of, yeah, self-worth. So loss of opportunities is the first thing which is a primary cost of procrastination. Then decreased productivity, and it also leads to increased stress, because as we all know, what I am talking, I am not talking from my own experience. I am talking, and I hope it resonates with all of you, because I am talking about a topic which is universal. Everyone procrastinates for some time, for another time, everyone procrastinates. And what it leads is stress, anxiety, because you are procrastinating for a particular thing, for a particular job, for a particular project, or for a particular thing, and that will ultimately, invariably, will cost you at least mental stress and anxiety. And if it repeats several times, then it lands up into stress disorder or anxiety disorders, which may require, or which might require, external help. And procrastination also leads to physical inactivity, physical health problems, psychological health problems, of course. And what is the ultimate cost? What is the ultimate cost? You are losing your dream. Everyone has a dream, right? No one wants to like work on this pay scale for lifelong and do nothing else. The cost of procrastination is, ultimate cost is, you are losing a part of your dream. So coming to the next slide. So this is not an entertainment, what we do in our phones. Most of the time, our average screen time is remains around 5 hours for some people, 6 hours from some people. It can range to up to 10 hours. It means out of 24 hours, 6 to 8 hours is allotted for sleep. And fortunately, this time allotment of 6 to 8 hours for sleep is given by God. If man had this opportunity of allotting that time also, he might have allotted that time to Twitter or maybe any other YouTube videos or all. But God had a wiser plan. So he had allotted 6 to 8 hours of charging time to sleep. Now, for the rest of the time, 6 to 8 hours goes to in social media. So the time that goes into social media is non-productive time. Most of that time, which is non-goal directed, if you are not searching for something particular on the Google, or you are not searching on the Instagram, then it is a non-productive time. So coming to the next slide, identifying. So what can be done now? Now you have understood some basic things. Why do we procrastinate? Okay. We all procrastinate, and there some basic things. Why do we procrastinate? The basic psychological principles are based on fear, lack of motivation, lack of planning, and all those things. It revolves around the psychological aspects. Now, how can this knowledge help us? First, we should identify our habits. First, we should identify our procrastination habits. We should know. Sometimes we know, sometimes we do not know. Sometimes after those procrastination things, we come to realize, oh, I have lost 1 to 2 hours. I am getting late. And this. So common procrastination habits are social media, avoiding difficult tasks. Means when you know the upcoming task is difficult, then we all have a tendency to avoid it, or to procrastinate, or to delay, or to postpone. All are majorly to the same extent. We have that tendency of delaying it if the problem seems to be of overwhelming nature. So the first thing which you can do, which we can do, is bringing self-awareness and reflection. Means we have to sit down calmly. It's not key we have to like do meditation and all and this and that. We have to just introspect, and we have to sit and see what we have done throughout the day or in a couple of days. And then we can identify what are the habits, what are similar patterns which we are following in last few days, and which has led to this procrastination habit. And this introspection is of utmost importance, because until and unless you do not see inside yourself, you do not introspect, it's very hard to change it. Now coming to some strategies. Now, some strategies which can help for the introspection part, for the realization part, and how we can overcome this problem of procrastination. Now, first, the thing which I was talking about was if a bigger tasks come in front of us, like if a project which involves a lot of mental work, or a lot of designing or coding, or any kind of lot of our skills are involved, then the first thing is we can break the task into smaller manageable parts, manageable pieces, because these are all the practical things. I will be talking in detail about one or two things, and I hope that they might be useful for you from the psychological point of view. So the first thing is keep breaking the task into smaller and more manageable pieces. Another kind of strategy maybe set realistic deadlines and stick to them. Like you have broken down a bigger task of 30 days into 2 days, 5 days, 7 days, 2 days, 5 days, like that. And you set a deadline, like I will complete, like you are making for example, you are making a PPT, a PowerPoint presentation, and it consists of like 30 slides. So you can make a deadline, you should complete the introduction part, 2 to 3 slides, in like 2 days. You can complete the bulk of the conclusion part in 2 to 3 days. You can complete the matter or the results part in 5 days. You can set a realistic deadlines according to the capabilities which you already know. Don't overburden yourself, because nevertheless you are going to lose if you are overburdened. Like, for making an introduction you need 2 days, you need proper research to make the 2 slides of introduction, and you require 2 days. And you think, no, I have less time and I would make it into 6 hours, I will complete it. It means you are overburdening yourself. So what it will create, when your mind will, how it will work, it will procrastinate. Okay, 6 words of heavy task, okay, let's do 5 minutes of social media, then I will continually sit for 6 hours, and then I will do the introduction part. So those 5 minutes of social media, it will extend to 10 minutes, to 15 minutes, to 1 hour. And after 1 hour, you will realize, oh, I have spent 1 hour. Now I am feeling very hungry. Let's eat. So after eating, you will feel, oh, I am feeling very tired. I am feeling very exhausted. Let's sleep for 2 hours, and I will complete a task of 6 hours into 4 hours. So this is all the mind games which your mind is playing with you. And there is no one to help you except yourself. And how can you win that fight between your mind's habits and your needs? The only way is introspect. You realize how your mind is playing, and you form the boundaries. The boundaries and limitation formation is very important. Until and unless the boundaries are formed, your mind will jump from this place to that place, and it will never come to a goal directed solution. So creating a schedule and a routine that works for you is very important, and you should be lenient towards yourself. Like many times we create a timetable which is so stringent, which is so tough that we already know while creating we won't be able to complete it, but still we make. And ultimately after like we have made a timetable of 7 days. After 7 days we realize, we have lost, we have not completed the timetable, and ultimately we create another timetable. So be lenient on yourself. Use positive self-talk and affirmation to stay motivated. Now, what is positive self-talk and affirmation? Positive self-talk and affirmation means just a simple thing. Your mind is very malleable. It can be changed from second to second. It can be changed from every word it hears from outside or every word you say to yourself. Like you are sitting here on in front of your computer and listening to this webinar and all, and someone comes in your room and says, oh wow, you are doing great, you are trying to uplift your skills, you are trying to do great in your career, and it brings the feeling of increased self-worth. Another situation might be you are sitting in front of your laptop, someone comes and says, oh, you are doing nothing, you are wasting your time, you are just doing this silly stuff, it's of no use. It will decrease your self-esteem. So the every word which you hear either from outside or from your own self, it has a lot of impact how your mind is going to behave. So use positive self-talk. Examples of positive self-talks are very common. You might have already heard. I can do it. Positive self-talk and affirmations. Affirmations, I would also like to point out one more thing. Affirmations should always be made by you. It should never be ready-made affirmations which are available on the internet. Okay, I want to be great, I want to be successful, I want to be this, that. Affirmations should be personalized. Affirmations should be made by you. You should make an affirmation that I feel great when I get up in the morning. I feel great throughout the day, and I am motivated to complete my task. I am motivated to go to my workplaces. I feel great to participate in the team with my colleagues. I feel great, so and so whatsoever. It should always be personalized, because your mind, you cannot trick a mind, your own mind beyond certain levels. When you say when you copy someone else's affirmation and try to put it in your mind already knows it, and it just disapproves that. It works on that basis. So your affirmations should be very emotional, should come from like bottom of your heart, what you believe to be right. Like if you do not believe you should be very positive to your colleagues, let's leave it. Do not make that affirmations right now. If you believe ki you have a potential to make your pay scale from like 10% more from right now, then you give a positive affirmation to yourself. I have a potential, I have a capability, and I work with that enthusiasm that my pay scale should increase, and it is going to be increased. And that will hold an emotional value to your mind, and that will work. Identify and address any underlying fear and anxieties. Now, this is very tricky because Albert Einstein once said ki the problems which your own mind produces, your own mind cannot seek, your own mind cannot produce solutions to those problems. Like what he wanted to say, ki the problems, the anxieties and the fears does not exist in the real world. It's all situated in the mind, and the solution is all situated in the mind. So the first thing is identify what are the fears, what are the anxieties. Like someone might be given a skill of might be given a task of preparing a PPT, but he or she knows that he has a lesser skill in English, maybe, or maybe a video editing, or maybe picture editing, and it might be a hindrance in making the PowerPoint presentation. So that fear, that anxiety may lead him or her to procrastinate doing that PowerPoint presentation. So identify, if required, seek help in gaining those skills, and if required, try to calm yourself. There are several ways of non-pharmacological, non-medical ways to calm your mind, to calm your body, and to calm your emotions. Limit distractions. Use the 2-minute rule to get started on tasks quickly. I would like to explain a bit about this 2-minute rule, because I personally think, and I have personally used it, and I think it's very effective. There are various tools like Pomodoro technique. You all have heard about Pomodoro technique, uh, Eisenhower 2x2 matrix. I would give a brief introduction, because but I have not included those things in my particular presentation, because I think that 2-minute rule is far more effective than Pomodoro or Eisenhower 2x2 matrix. What Pomodoro is, if you are given a task, like it will take 8 hours to complete, then divide those tasks in several parts of that that can be completed in 25 minutes. So complete a task of 25 minutes, take a break of 5 minutes, total 30 minutes, and then again go to second piece of work, do it in next 25 minutes, then take next 5 minutes break, and after 3 to 4 such 25 minutes tasks, doing these 25 minutes tasks, take a longer break of 15 minutes to 20 minutes to maybe half an hour, and do in those break whatever you like if you like to watch social media, if you like to do your any kind of routine things, you can do in those half an hour. So you need to divide your time along with the task. This is the Pomodoro or break method, which is very effective for helping in procrastination. Another technique, self-help technique, which was given by Eisenhower 2x2 matrix. It is 2x2 matrix. It's a bit more complex, and it says key divide your whole task, every task you are going to do in several days, and place them in 2x2 matrix and divide them. Those matrix you can just search by the name of Eisenhower matrix on Google, and divide those your own tasks into important, non-important, urgent, non-urgent, and do those tasks which are urgent and important, and do not do those tasks which are non-important and non-urgent, and delegate to other people which are urgent but it is not important. So it is a 2x2 matrix. I do not specifically focus on that thing, because I personally think it's a bit difficult to make it useful in day-to-day situations. So now coming to the 2-minute rule. What is 2-minute rule? 2-minute rule simply states that if you are doing something, if you are like going to your office and you are sitting in the office and use any work which can be completed within a 2-minute time frame, do not postpone it, do it right now. Like you are sitting on your computer, you are making any kind of presentation, any kind of work on your computer or anything, and it comes to your mind that you should like tie your shoelaces. It's a very simple thing. It requires 30 seconds. So do not procrastinate. It's just an example. Do not procrastinate and do it right now. Like for a second example might be you have remembered you should be making a call to your home and informing them that you might be getting late, and it will take less than 2 minutes. So do not postpone. Okay, I will call at my home after 1 hour, after 2 hours, and then I will inform. If that thought has come to your mind, then and it takes less than 2 minutes, then do it right now. Now it has a very psychological basis. What psychological basis I am saying? It might seem a paradoxical thing, because I am saying ki if any task comes to your mind, do it right now if it involves less than 2 minutes. How it works psychologically is it trains your mind to not to procrastinate small things, and in the larger run your mind after several this 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes thing, after several repeated things, your mind learns ki, okay, the natural way, the real way, and the usual way, what I am working is doing things right now. I'm not procrastinating, I'm not delaying, I'm not postponing the things which can be done right now. And once the mind learns this thing, then there is a natural tendency to not to procrastinate heavier tasks. And you will find it very helpful once you start using it. And another and the very effective technique is finding an accountability partner or support system. Like there are two colleagues, like with you, you two are working, or maybe you three are working together, and you three are working might be on the same task. Then you give the accountability to your partner that you should not procrastinate, and you are accountable to that, and your partner will just look over you. He will not intervene, he will not just taunt you, he will not just say, he will not just he will not just bother you, but you are accountable to completing that task, and your partner is watching you. So that feeling ki I have to prove myself in front of my colleague, that I have given myself a task of completing this task, this PowerPoint presentation in 2 hours, and my colleague knows this creates a sense of accountability in your own mind, that it's my decision. I have given a time of 2 hours, and I am being watched, and I have to maintain my self-image, I have to maintain my self-worth, and I need to be focused, and I need to complete that 2 hours PowerPoint presentation task within that time frame. These all things may seem complicated, but actually your mind thinks all these things within microseconds. It all goes automatically at such a speed that you might not get aware about these things. And that's why I have previously told key first thing is introspection. When you start introspecting, then you might realize sometimes, oh, I had this thought, this thought, this thought, and that's why I procrastinated yesterday, and that's why I procrastinated today morning. Then you will come to realize, oh, that's how the mind works. And when you come to realize that's the pattern your mind follows, only then you can break that pattern. So realizing how the mind works is very, very essential, because I think everyone is using their mind. No one can say that I am not using my mind. And staying accountable and tracking progress. So accountability partner is required, and the progress can be tracked very easily. Now there is some role of mentors and support system. So what is a mentor? What is a life coach? What is a coaching? What is a support system? These are all like guidance system. Like when we have to go from one place to another place, we need a guidance system. It might in earlier days, it used to involve maps, it used to involve road maps, it used to involve the pathways. Nowadays we all have mobiles, and we use GPS, and we use maps on our mobiles, and we follow the pathway. Now, for example, let's say if you want to go to a new place, how can you go to that place? You need to ask to someone, okay, I will go 1 kilometer to the left, then I will turn right, then I will see this board, and I will go through the stairs, and then I will find this road. So you have to ask someone for guidance, or you can use Google, or you can use any other thing which can give you a roadmap. So role of mentors and support system is that they can watch you. They know all the ways in which there are ways, there are pitfalls, when the mind can find excuses, when the mind can find ways to procrastinate. And there must be someone from the outer world who can look, who can understand, and who is very well versed, and who is very, very well knowledgeable. about these things. Only then he can guide, he can show the pathway. The support system might consist of your colleagues, your friends, your family, and everyone. They can emotionally help you. Of course, they can emotionally help you, but they cannot and they can never guide you, because someone who has reached far more beyond your level, only that person can guide you. So there is a role of mentors and support system which is undeniable. Now there is a role of pharmacotherapy. I know of all the people who have joined, it might be possible that none of you might be needing pharmacotherapy or needing drugs or needing any kind of medical help or pharmacological help. But for the knowledge perspective, only I'm just saying few lines. If you see or if you come across any person for whom you know that he has a potential of achieving, he had achieved in the past, he had a track record of higher level of achievement, and somehow for some unknown reasons, for some time, for few months or few years, he is underachieving for no known causes, then it might be possible he may be needing an external help, might be pharmacological, might be non-pharmacological. He might be needing a pharmacological or non-pharmacological help. Okay, keeping that aside, there are other techniques, there are other coaches, there are other support groups and therapies, psychological therapies, which can help to bring you on a higher level. If you feel sometimes that there are lags in your like potential, there are lags in your effort, there are lags in your energy level, in your emotional level, there, then you can find some particular psychotherapy sessions. Now finally, coming to the final slide, and I hope you have learned few things from this slide, from this presentation, and I can hope that you have some kind of knowledge, at least some things you you have come to know, which were unknown to you like 35 to 40 minutes back. You have come to know some tricks, some tips, or at least how the mind works, how psychologically the mind works. So in this all these slides, first we talked about procrastination. What is procrastination? We all sometimes in our lives or many times in our lives do procrastinate, and what is the cost of procrastination? What we are losing due to procrastination? We have gone through the cost. The biggest cost of procrastination is we are losing a part of our dream, we are losing a part of our opportunities, we are losing a part of our self-image, self-worth, because if I am not able to complete a task, then not only my boss will have a lower image of me, I myself would have a lower image of me. So the procrastination will ultimately lead to lesser self-esteem and lesser self-image. Then we talked about importance of awareness, self-awareness, and the kind of introspection we require so that we can look inside and we can judge where we are procrastinating and why we are procrastinating. Is it due to fear? Is it due to lack of motivation? Is it due to lack of focus, lack of clarity of blueprint of roadmap, or the task is overwhelming, or what is the reason? Only then you can know when you introspect. Then we have gone through some of these strategies, how we can help ourselves, how we can divide the task, the 2-minute technique, the Pomodoro technique, the Eisenhower matrix, and there are different other techniques which helps us in coming out of the phase of procrastination, which helps in completing the task. So procrastination is something which is like a part of the journey. It's not key we have procrastinated and our journey has come to an end. Procrastination is a part of our journey. If it's a part of our journey throughout the life. And I want everyone to introspect. I want everyone to be self-motivated, and I want everyone to seek help if you think help is required. I would like to conclude, and I would like to hand over to Mr. Arif ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Doctor, and thank you for taking out time and spending that with us. My learnings from here, from this session, is it is more of my mental state that is pushing me to procrastinate. And if I try choosing this option that you told at the end, correct, which is like, if the task is, which is less than 2 minutes of time that it takes, I can just get it done now instead of procrastination. And that is what will give me or put me in a habit of, doing more work done on time. And that is what will give me and confidence and inbuilt belief that I can take this forward from here. Thank you so much for making that realization happen. And it is more to do with me thinking, sitting and thinking around, correct? What is that? Why am I moving this? Is it the fear? Is it the fear of failure? Is it the fear of success? Is it that I am too much engaged in the social media or doing anything else just to avoid that? Thank you so much for bringing all this together to us. So people on the chat box, correct? We have 49 participants for now. Could you share your learnings from this session? A one-liner or so? Anybody? 2-minute technique, Irfan. Excellent. 2 minutes rules, yeah, Bilal. 2-minute is effective, Faisal, yeah. Saurabh, if you're talking, you're on mute, yeah. Okay, nice session for introspect yourself, amazing. I follow 3 techniques, still I procrastinate. Saifus probably will have to get in touch with somebody who can help you out on that one. Learn new things, Pomodoro and 2-minute techniques. Introspective is in my procrastination, amazing. I really like 2-minute technique and we'll practice it. Amazing, Tanvir. Sure. Any material on introspection? Dr. Saurabh, do you have any material on introspection that we can go back and hand it over? You can unmute yourself. I think you're on mute.
Yeah, thank you. I was not able to do so. So, what you are asking, introspection, any technique of introspection.
Any material that we have. Yeah.
Introspection, yeah, right. And yeah, any material on introspection. So introspection, for introspection, what you can search on Google is mindfulness technique. I will share a very beautiful PDF in which mindfulness is described. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is like, see, there are many ways of meditation or bringing your mind to calmness. One of them is mindfulness technique, and it requires be practical, and it's a psychological principle that mind cannot be calmed, so stop fighting. Like I'm not trying to be spiritual, I'm not trying to be like a teacher or a guide, and I'm saying this. It's a fact, it's a psychological fact. How hard you try, you cannot calm your mind. The only way is stop trying. That's the only way. So like when you sit for like 2 minutes, for example 5 minutes, you sit on a table, on a chair, or you're on your bed, and just close your eyes, and you will find that your thoughts have automatically increased. like you will find you have started thinking more random thoughts, like you have not thought about the door, the window, the fans, and your dress, those kind of thoughts which suddenly bombard your mind, they started arising. So just stop fighting with those thoughts and just see what thinking you are having. So it's like a cycling. We all have cycled in our childhood. It's just like cycling. When you stop cycling, there is a momentum, there is an inertia, and even if you stop pedaling, your cycle will go on in the same direction in which you are pedaling for a certain amount of time, for certain distance, and then it will slow down and then it will stop. That is the only way your mind can be calmed. So introspection briefly means, I will share the PDF of mindfulness with Arif, and he can share with all of you. I will just briefly describe. So what you can do is being aware of your mind. That is mindfulness. Like you just close your eyes, you see you are having thoughts of like garden, beaches, your project, the seminar, or social media, YouTube search. You have to search YouTube for some particular thing. That thought has come to your mind. Do not make any thought as good thought, or do not make any thought as bad thought. Just be neutral. And that is the basis, because when you start giving value to your thoughts in terms of this thought is good, this thought is bad, then your mind learns one thing. It learns, okay, I should bring more good thoughts. I should bring more good thoughts. And what happens? Your mind starts producing more bad thoughts, and you start struggling. The opposite happens. You start struggling, and you will just say, oh, I do not want that kind of thoughts, but your mind produces more of those variety of thoughts, and you again start struggling. And you just open your eyes and you say, okay, this meditation, mindfulness, this is all bullshit. It does not work. The only reason it did not work is you did not follow the first principle. The first principle is, do not give value in terms of good or bad to your thoughts, because they are your own thoughts. No one is hearing there, at least till for the best of my knowledge, any machine has not been discovered in the whole world which can read your thoughts. It can be good, it can be bad. Let it be. Do not judge. No one is coming to judge you. No one in the world can judge your thoughts. Only you are judging. So stop judging. And one magical thing happens when you will stop judging. Your thoughts will have a lesser energy. Your mind will have a lesser energy in kind of production of new thoughts, or bringing your new thoughts to your conscious mind. There are various levels. So thoughts are there. I'm not saying that they are not there, but you are not conscious. Like if I ask you, what did you eat in your lunch? What you personally think for your own self, what did you eat in your lunch? Some might be roti and sabji and dal, this sabji, that sabji. Where was this thought 10 seconds back? It was there, it was in your unconscious mind, but since I asked this question, it came to your conscious mind. So I'm just saying, whatever the hell you can think, it's already there. So if you are just giving them that tag, oh, this thought was good, I was thinking good, I should think more, and these thoughts are bad, these thoughts are not related to good things, I should avoid these things, these are all foolish, I should avoid these things. Do not do these things, because it's already there, and you are just bringing it to your conscious part. So mindfulness means being aware what your mind throws at you. Just be aware of those things, and slowly you will try to be more calm, and you will try to see clearly how your mind works. Like the procrastination, when the procrastination phase will hit you again in second time, next time, you will clearly see, oh, I had this bigger task, my mind said, oh, I cannot do this, and I am not able to do this in like 30 days. So let's do what? Do social media, do YouTube, do Twitter for next 10 minutes. So I procrastinated. That how my mind worked. And you can realize that only and only if your mind is peaceful to a certain level. So that's what introspection is. Baki detail I will share and you can all go through it.
Sure.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, Saurabh, Dr. Saurabh, for that. Guys, if you have not accepted or been part of that, the procrastination solution WhatsApp chat, please click on the link that I have sent now to join that group so that any material that doctor sends to me, I can post it there and then you will have a ready-made access to it. If you are not already part of it, please click the link that I have sent and then go by it. Okay. So there's another question that came. He says, how to stop a daydreaming child? The child is in 10th class and he is escape from work chills and all that. So how to stop a
Okay.
child from
Can
daydreaming?
you please repeat the question? I cannot see
Sure.
it.
Okay. I can talk. How to stop a daydreaming child and escape from work chills in his 10th class. Probably the child is in 10th class and he's daydreaming and not finishing his homework or escaping from work. So what's the
Okay,
solution for a parent?
definitely. For me, I have chosen this field because I was definitely interested. I would bring a 2-minute interest in front of you all the audiences. Just start to understand how the mind of that child is working, what he or she might be daydreaming, what he or she wants to think, or what he or she wants to uh, bring to his mind. First, second, what he or she is escaping. So there is a basic thing कि we want to go towards more pleasurable things and we want to escape from the unpleasurable things. It's a basic principle which not only humans, all the animals also follow. When we beat an animal, it's an unpleasurable feeling and the animal runs away. When we bring food to an animal, it comes towards us. So it's a basic principle and we all follow that on that principle. So for that child, there might be two things. After proper assessment, we can say if, and I'm considering there is a non psychological problem is not there. I am considering that the problem, the child is not having any psychological problem and he is just a normal child and he is having that problem in class 10th. So the daydreaming is a part of procrastination which comes when the task seems overwhelming. Might be the class 10th uh, lectures and the course might be overwhelming to that child, and that's why he or she is escaping. It might be one of the reason. Second thing, there can be several reasons. Second thing, his classroom, his teachers or his colleagues or his environment is not so conducive, and that's why he or she is escaping. Or there may be more pleasure in thinking than doing the homework and doing this and that. They are, of course, they are time consuming and lots of effort are involved and this and that, and daydreaming is definitely more conducive. That may be one of the reason. So it becomes an habit. It becomes a habit when it is repeated for several times. So that daydreaming is not something a child of 10, class 10 is doing. Every one of us do. Every one of us follow that same thing. When it becomes repetitive, it becomes a problem. If you particularly think that it has become a problem and you have tried all the things and it's not resolving, I would suggest you can consult uh, any close psychotherapist or a psychiatrist and get it properly assessed, because the problems can be dealt very easily in the initial stages. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Safizus, you can try again or else I'll give you my number. Probably you can try copying this number and then, message me. I will try adding you to that group. Sure. Any other question that you want to deal with? Any other question that we have while doctor is with us? There's one question from Bilal. He says, how do we build up to doing hard and challenging tasks consistently on a daily basis? How do we build it up?
Okay. So how do we build up to doing hard and challenging tasks consistently on a daily basis? The answer is very simple. Uh, like the answer is very simple. What is hard for you might not be hard for someone else. Like, for example, you might be saying, ki, I do not know, but I'm just giving an example. Like there is a IT professional who is doing a task, and there is a 50-year-old or like say 40-year-old IT professional who is very much equipped, and he has been doing that same task throughout his career of 20 years, for say, for example. So for him, the task may be easier. The task might not be that hard and that challenging, and the task might not be causing that kind of toll on him. Okay. So first thing, there are two ways. Either make the task easier for you, develop your skills, develop new skills for alternative ways of dealing with that task, or second, increase your energy level. So there are two ways. Either increase your energy level, make yourself to that level, or bring that task to a lower level by increasing, of course, your skills. So increasing your energy level consists of many different things, starting from eating habits. Like for example, if you have particular eating habits, your body will respond to those kind of eating habits, and it will have a particular level of energy level. From that eating habits to daily exercises and yogic practices or meditation or physical exercises or gym or any kind of things which can increase the energy level of your body. Second, increase the energy level of your mind. What I do mean by energy level of the mind, it means your mind should remain in a focused state for a longer duration of time. Like everyone can maintain a focus for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. People are maintaining focus for several hours. So the energy level of your mind should be up to that state that it can maintain the focus, at least dedicated focus, for several minutes, at least continuously, and for several times a day. Okay. So there are many techniques which includes mindfulness techniques, which includes making a blueprint of your task, which includes all the techniques of procrastination, which I have discussed. Because when the task is very clear, when the pathway is very clear, when the road is very clear, then it's easier to walk on it, definitely. And when you see that what are the things which are making you procrastinate, and for this, of course, you have to introspect. And when you can see, I think definitely you will do something to remove those things. It might be fear, it might be anxiety, it might be any kind of particular thing, but you might be doing something to remove that thing. So increase your energy level, increase your physical energy, mental energy, and increase your skills for dealing with that task, so that task might not seem that daunting to you right now, what it seems right now.
Thank you so much, doctor, for that. So that's it. I know we are at 9:47.